Hello, we are working on my kitchen today, and when I say it's bad, I mean it is bad, okay? I have left it for a solid year. I do these declutters every single year. I think I say that like in my last intro or something, but I do them every year. I just didn't film it and upload it last year because I was not in the mental space to try and upload a video then. So anyway, we're starting off here. This is what I call my book corner. I have too many books. I haven't read probably half of them. And this is also the coffee corner. So the two most unused things in this kitchen is literally this space, okay? I don't read and my hubby doesn't use the coffee machine. So what are we doing here? All of this should have been decluttered, but I managed to get rid of just one coffee cup because I thought I cannot take them all away and then, get in trouble. But for my books, quite a few left. I took 1, 2, I think 4 in total, if I'm right. And honestly, I happily said sayonara to them because they just were not needed. And I think I have read all of them besides, well, I half read this purple one. It was To Hate Adam Connor. It's the worst thing I've ever read. I literally stopped about 1:13 when I just realized what this kind of book was. So anyway, if you're into a little bit of reading there, don't read that book. Anyways, make sure to subscribe because we are working hard today and you are more than welcome to clean along with me. This took me about a total of 3 hours, so I think I whittled it down to about 30 minutes or so. And so that will give you quite a bit of time to get started on your kitchen as well, if you haven't done it already this year. And in just that first cupboard, we've already managed to get rid of that much stuff, which I'm like, how long have I been holding on to it for? Anyway, let me know how often you declutter your kitchen. Is it more than once a year? Because I cannot fathom the thought of that. It literally took me 3 hours to do this. And I was trying to just soak in this gorgeous view for a little bit. But yeah, it took me about 3 hours to do it. I do film it, so obviously it takes a little bit longer. Maybe it would only be 2.5 hours even if that. Luckily for you, it like whizzes through this because it was kind of boring. Yeah. Anyway, this is what I call my crap cupboard. It's literally as the description says. So this bag is just full of random things like from our TV and my old the Mentalist DVDs, which I want to get rid of, but I still love that show. So like, do I just throw them out? It's just, I don't know. I can't find them on any, what do you call it? Programs? No, not programs. Apps? Subscription services. That's the word. Let a girl know if you know where I can watch it, because I would happily get rid of all my DVDs then. And I managed to break that candle, so that was fun. So this tub in particular is kind of hard for me to actually deal with. That wooden one, it's honestly just full of every little bits and bobs that I have collected over the years of things that I just don't know what to do with. So I made a separate pile where I was like, everything that needs to go into another spot, that's where it's going. And then everything at the bottom, I'm just leaving because, like, what am I supposed to do with all of this? I don't know. Like, it just seems so overwhelming to try and get rid of every last little bit. And it just all, I don't know. I could throw it out and not miss it, but also I feel like I kind of need the stuff. But, like, do I really if I don't look at anything in that box? Like, I haven't had I was going to say an AI vacuum. No, what is it called? RoboVac in years, okay? And I miss mine, and that's another story for another time. But I miss it, and, like, I have the parts for it still. But am I going to buy the same vacuum when I do eventually buy one? Who knows? Anyway, it was time for me to say goodbye to all our cooking books, because we have not touched them in a whole year since I last cleaned out my kitchen. And I thought, you know what? This is the year, baby. They are going. I hold on to them each time, and then I don't ever use it. I think that I will, and then I don't. So you know what? I did the hard decision this year. I said, just get rid of it. You won't miss it. But I did keep my magazine for my slices that I make. And I made some last time at Easter. I think I did a video on it. but I'm gonna do it again this Easter because I have been craving them. Side note, while we clean the most boring cupboard in existence, this is the batteries and medication cupboard. I was just finishing off a Quelch, like from the brand Berry, like the Icy Poles or Super Dupers. And do you know what? I had the orange flavor one because it's my favorite. But when I looked at the ingredients, I just want you to take a wild guess as to what you think the main ingredient is. Yeah, are you ready? Apple juice. I'm sorry, what? 94% apple juice and then 0.4% orange juice, and then why is there nothing here? Oh, I'm back, my bad. 0.4% orange juice, and then everything else is random juices. But I have to say, like, it never really fully tasted like orange. Anyways, this is my husband's cupboard of all his random Asian ingredients, a mix of Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, all of it. I just don't bother touching it. Last time I got rid of anything in there, I got in trouble. So, we'll leave that and let's attack this. There's not a lot to be done in here. I have to say, we're pretty on top of it this year. It's just been a few of the other cupboards. So this really narrow cupboard is, I guess, my pantry. Although we don't use it beyond, like, literally breakfast stuff. Because obviously there's no space in there. And breakfast and baking, I'd say, now that I'm looking at it. I just scatter all my stuff everywhere else because I'm blessed with 1,000 pantries, okay? If you hadn't already noticed. So yeah, I don't tend to use that. I can't wait to have a massive pantry and it all be in one spot, but that's just not my journey right now. Anyways, for organizing this particular part, obviously I don't need to declutter anything, but I have all matching cereal containers, even for the pasta up the back there, just so that it fits nicely, cohesively, you know, whatever the word is, just to maximize my space, because as you can see, there's not a lot of it in there, and I really can't afford to waste any of it on like mismatched containers. So moving on down to the bottom ones, my hubby had already decluttered most of these sauces, I think in a previous video, so there wasn't much there. I was literally just pushing it to the back so we could have some space. And then the bottom ones just got vinegar. Okay, we're bouncing around all over the place, but now that we've done all the top ones, we're going to do some of the bottom ones, and I think I'm going to start over here because I like doing the other ones more, so we'll do this first. Okay, excuse the air fryer situation. Excuse the air fryer situation. We are going to work on this cabinet. My hair is currently getting pulled apart. A little while. It is my shopping bag. Okay, so what I was trying to say was this is my shopping bag corner. I stack them all in there. My hair is getting done by my 2-year-old, but I stack them all in there and then I honestly forget that they're in there. So at some point I would like some storage for that that's not in there, because I feel like I'm really wasting that space, especially because now we've got the blender and the food not the food processor, like the mini one, the stick blender, and there's so many parts to it. There's so many parts that like they both individually need their own baskets, because I feel like there's parts going everywhere. And later on, tell me why I have so many bags. As I was saying, later on you'll see that I actually have 2 food processors, and then I don't know if I explained it in that part. So we have shopping bags up here and blender stuff down here. I really should wipe it. Not gonna happen. Anyways, it's on to the next day, but I was just saying, in the next corner that I work on, I have 2 food processors in there. One I need to sell, and I also have 2 KitchenAid mixers, one which I need to sell as well. I've ended up with double of everything and I need to get rid of it, but like also I don't know where all the parts are. Like I know they're in my kitchen and I just have to kind of like gather them all and put them together, except for one part, like the blade part on my one is missing. I have turned the place upside down, you guys. I have no idea where she is. Like, how many times have I decluttered this kitchen and still not found the parts that I know of anyway? So I'll give that corner one more like dig through when I'm gonna sell it, so that way I can just put it doesn't have the parts on Facebook or whatever, you know, so then I can list it for a bit cheaper. But yeah, it's on one of my perpetual lists that just never end. But I really wanted to make the space down the bottom just so I could put my KitchenAid in there. It just doesn't quite fit. Like, it's, I can get it in there and then she's kind of stuck. So I've left it in there for now, but when I go to use it again, I've really only made flatbread out of it a couple times for my fake away kitchen. No, what are they called? KFC chicken sliders, pepper mayo sliders. Oh my gosh, best thing I've ever made. I've made it twice now. Oh, drooling. And honestly, I don't even really need to use it because you can just knead the dough for like 5 minutes. But I'm like, nah, I'm gonna bust this thing out. Just call me dough queen, okay? The food processor came with like 2 stacks. Each one came with a stack of those circle parts, and I guess it's like mincing and dicing, something like that. I can't remember. I saw the booklet the other day. Anyways, I'm just showing you the final result. But I was like, I have never used any of these other parts, and I have this whole food processor just to make protein balls out of it for my kids. They love them. They will request them all the time. I am thinking about making it into like a bar form, because this is my snack area for the kids so they can get their own ones. But it reminded me that they love them made simple, and I was like, why do I not make my own like made simple bars, which are pretty much just like the paleo, you know, dates and different berries and coconut and whatever. And maybe one day I'll make some of them. But this is my, actually, that's the quelches that I have. They're so good, and I literally just have one after dinner because like I have quite a sweet tooth after dinner, and I'm trying to be like making sure I'm not just snacking on junky stuff or like yogurt. Oh, yogurt is my my Achilles heel, my holy grail, my whatever you want to call it. That is just and they are full of calories. Okay, my PT literally said to me, Victoria, that's the first thing you've got to get rid of, because not only do I have a dairy allergy and it makes me bloat really bad, the ones I love are like the double cream and the ones with the honey. Oh, stop it, I'm salivating now. But anyway, she's like, you need to just switch that up a bit and go for something a little lighter. So this does kick my sweet tooth in the butt, and they're only like 30 calories or something. So anyways, that's just food for thought. Not that I'm telling you need a diet or anything, darling, but just if you've got a sweet tooth like me, give that a go. I'm so sorry, we got off on a tangent on sweet snacks. But anyway, this is also my husband's, I was going to say powders. What are they called? Salt rubs or something. He is the king of barbecues, okay? He will bust them out once a year and take up quite a bit of square footage in my garage for that one time a year. So anyway, I decided to go through this, and we found a few nasty ones when I was putting them back, because most of them had stuck together. But 2019 in here, and I think there was a 2021 at some point. So I was like, you know what, I think we can let go. I think it's time to, yeah, there we go, it's time to let go. Those white ones there are with the big yellow label are expired. They're 2022, but I am having a hard time getting rid of them, just because I bought them the day that I found out my grandma had passed, and literally as a way to avoid what was going on and what I had to like mentally deal with, we all went to Woolworths that day, and I just was buying random stuff I really didn't need, like those rubs, which I don't think I've actually used. So when I went to get rid of them, it didn't happen, just because, you know, just all of that went on is kind of still stuck with those two things. So eventually I will get rid of them, but you know, for now they stay because of the sentimental / the memories that are holding on to it. Memories? I don't know. Yeah, so there will come a day that I get rid of them and maybe make some more space for my husband's ones. Anyway, we've moved on to under the sink. Those were nasty pods for the dishwasher. They were rancid when I opened it, okay? I didn't even know they could go that bad. But anyways, this is what being a mum to a 2-year-old is like. She's literally laying in my lap. And then, yeah, while I'm trying to sweep up and clean, she has wanted a cuddle. So we are multitasking because I had put this off for way too long. She was full of dirt. Definitely don't look at my floor during this whole video. Usually I would clean the kitchen and do the floors and stuff before I filmed a declutter. But in previous years, look, a girl has learnt and she's grown from it. I've learnt just leave the floors, don't bother with the benches, because by the time you've pulled everything out, there's so much dirt that's been hidden in the cupboards and whatnot that falls when you've moved your cloth to go and wash it, or you've moved the basket and there's crumbs everywhere. It's just not worth the time. Just leave it and then come back after. So if you look grotty and you're nasty and whatever, let it be, honestly. It's not worth doing twice.
Wish I could say I was finally over you, but that's not the truth. Everyone always keep falling in love again. What's wrong with them? I don't understand. Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done. I'ma drink at this page. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy and you don't. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? If I had an option to be someone else, I would, and let go of you. I know that I'm obvious, yet I'm made this way. But why didn't I stay when I had the chance? Maybe it will pass by, someone save me. Before I pass out, I'm too lonely to be done in my drink at this pace. Yeah. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain with nobody to hold on to? Why am I the only one who's feeling this pain when there should be two of us? And yeah, I know we both wanted different things, but letting go just comes easy and you don't. Why am I the only one who's left in the rain? The only one that's left in the rain. The only one that's left in the rain. Am I the only one? Am I the only one?
Okay, so we've moved on to the last few drawers in my house. I think we've got about like 12 or so left. These are my convenience drawers. If you hear the banging in the background, the builders are just like, they're going at it with like all the scaffolding and stuff. Anyway, so I use this particular drawer to put anything that I use regularly that is either oven or stovetop stuff, just because in organizing terms, it's smarter just to make sure that the stuff that you use regularly is closest to the place that you use it. I don't know if that really made much sense. So like my fry pans, because the stove is right there, then my pots because the stove is right there as well, and so on and so forth. But I think you get it. Anyway, they were just in desperate need of a clean. There wasn't a lot that I actually had planned on getting rid of because I use this pretty much every single day. Like, I think I've gotten myself down to an amount that I know I use, but just the bases of the pots always get dirty because, you know, they're heated up and then a little bit of oil or whatever. Even though I wash them, okay, don't try and judge me there, the base of the cupboard still gets pretty gross from the pots. So the drawer below the pots is what is my food storage drawer, and you know what, I feel like this has to be probably the biggest waste of space for me, but I have nowhere else to put them at the moment. It's like prime real estate here, okay, because it's such a deep drawer that I could put so many things in here, but nope, what do I use it for? Food storage, okay. So I don't know if you have any ideas of where I could actually put that that's a little better than there, let me know, but it still has to be easily accessible. I left a little bit of that sound in for you just because I kind of like it, especially the rustling of the tablet packets. I was like, oh, that is so satisfying. Anyway, this is my junk drawer. It's not the typical place for the junk drawer in most people's houses, but this has just become it because it used to be the knife drawer. As you can see, we have an array of knives and I need to find some better storage for it, but I don't know how else to store them. As you can see, we have so many random knives. We have paring knives and we have the large knives. I don't even know what they're called, but we have them that don't fit in a regular block, so they're just kind of loose at the moment, which is a bit wild. Okay, I know that. Anyways, so I managed just to tidy it up and I got rid of that like heart-shaped basket. I've hated it for years, okay, but I've just never found an alternative or remembered to buy one. I'm sure I've seen cute baskets since, but I just ended up using the clear container that I was going to get rid of, and I used that instead, and it seems to fit a little better. Like, it's a bit easier of a shape to fit other things in. One of the main culprits for this whole situation is this guy. I don't even know really what it is or why my husband needed it, but he's got it, and it just, as you can see, takes up so much space, and it's got its own little bag, so I'm like, what to do, okay? I had a quick little look on the internet to see if there's any other options, and they have the good old knife block situation, kind of like this, but it's double layered, so I'll have to have a look. It seems to me that like all my knives just don't fit in anything that have a end bit. As you can see, it all kind of just hangs over. Although it does look cute, it just doesn't actually fit.
How did we end up here in the corner looking like enemies? We used to be the team people talk about, what a chemistry. I can see it in your eyes. You don't wanna talk anymore. I wanna get so numb while we enemies. No, you don't mind the way I stutter my words. You know exactly what it means and how it hurts. Oh, I can't believe you're here. Can't get any worse. No, no. I just wanna get out of here. I find it so hard to breathe. Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me. But now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here.
Oh my gosh, I did actually forget just how bad this cutlery drawer was. Okay, yesterday I was cleaning it out and I was like, oh, I don't even have that much cutlery. I need to buy some. But then I forgot that I literally had like all my clean dishes sitting on the sink that I hadn't put away because I knew I was doing this video. So I was like, well, whoop-de-doo, look at my memory, okay? Like, why is my first thought going to go and buy some more of something? I need to retrain my brain at the moment. I love to spend money, hun, if you haven't noticed. So I do actually need some more plates and bowls. So I didn't bother filming that part of the cupboards because I literally have nothing. We're down to like 3 or 4 bowls and then like a stack of random plates. So we will get some new ones soonish, because it is kind of embarrassing when I'm trying to like put out plates and I've got one from 3 different sets. I'm just like, it's time to actually splash some cash. But I have to say, if you are in the market for an affordable set of plates, bowls, cups, whatever, do check the thrift store, because I see a ton of them. I haven't found any that are enough for me. I need quite a few at the moment, but there's normally like a set of 4 or so bowls, and they're so cheap. Normally like they're $10-12 a set. I can't even think of what this drawer is called, but basically it just holds all our bits and bobs, like the wooden spoons, the plastic stuff, and the tongs. So anyway, it I think is not quite the right shape for this. When we moved in, there was no utensil holders, no cutlery tray. So this is actually a bamboo cutlery tray from Target, which I'm assuming they have no longer. So it does expand, and as you can see, I just don't know if this is quite the right thing that I should have bought for this space, but maybe when I have my own home, I'll be able to like get a proper one that actually fits the space, because this was only like $25 and I wasn't going to spend anything too expensive on it, because they had one in there for the top drawer, but it was like yellow and I just couldn't stand the thought of putting my stuff in there. So she had definitely seen her days and it was time for an upgrade. Anyway, this drawer was nasty. Even though this is our least used drawer, it's just the big pieces that don't fit in anything else, which is why I wasn't too bothered about how it was organized. I just kind of grouped it a bit better than what it was. And this is the bottom drawer. Obviously, it's more accessible for the kids to get their own plates, although my kids are getting quite tall now, so they might want a higher up drawer and I'll swap one of them. Because it's one of our most used drawers, it's obviously going to be the grottiest, and it's the bottom drawer, so everything that falls down literally ends up in this one if they don't close the drawer properly. Anyways, it's NBD because I managed to clear it all out and put it back. They didn't notice, which is fine, I don't care that much. But it does just feel good to have like a clean slate in there. I'm so glad I bought that grey tray a few years ago because it has been the best thing for their cutlery. So despite this being the least used drawer, it definitely looks like it's the most used drawer. It just is a collection of every single thing that we just don't want to deal with. It's usually our chicken stock, as you can see, a lot of our everything but the bagel shakers. I had been using that for quite a while and then I went off like avocado toast for a little bit, but I think she might make it come back sometime soon. Anyway, and then also my Play-Doh stuff. I love to make homemade Play-Doh for the kids, and usually it does cause quite a mess because we are using colored dye, and the blue and the green she likes to make the most mess in the drawer because she's the least used color. Okay, I feel like it's a vendetta towards me because they watch me time and time again pick a different color for the Play-Doh. So because both of the birthdays are towards the end of the year, like right near Christmas, we've been gifted a ton of the bought Play-Doh and like the accessories for it. So I had to end up making a tub for all of the little tiny bits and pieces. So I was able to move a lot of the stuff that was in here to over into the tub so that I could clear this drawer out a bit, which worked out fantastically. And yes, Play-Doh is something I cannot really declutter at the moment because it is an obsession, honey. It's an everyday thing for these kids. There is scarcely a day that goes by where I haven't heard the words, "Can you open it?" Anyways, welcome to my spice drawer. She is the spiciest of all spice. Anyways, definitely the best thing that I've done with this drawer, because I don't know what else I would use these teeny tiny little drawers for, and getting these spice racks from IKEA, I think they're like $5 a piece. Maybe they weren't that too expensive at all, which is why I ended up going with this. The glass, on the other hand, look, it did add up very quickly, but this time around I decided I would color order them, which, yes, I know that's playing with fire, because one day I'm going to pick up cumin instead of cinnamon, and that is going to be a bad day. Cumin pancakes, anyone? Anyways, so I think previously I had them in alphabetical order, which is, it's pretty good, but like it just doesn't look aesthetically pleasing. Anyway, I had a few of the glass jars that I think I'll probably not put in those jars again, which was onion and garlic powder. We just go through it so much that it's not worth decanting into these. And the onion powder had actually gone rock solid in it, so I don't even know if I've ever used it at all, or maybe I just need to remember to use it, because otherwise, like, why do I bother buying it? It's just, anyway. Next drawer down, we're just giving this a quick tidy. I had no plans in changing it, although one day I do want to get those bamboo organizers for the foil and the cling wrap and stuff like that, just to make it look, a little bit cute or whatnot. So I have to actually find some of them. There's no Kmart dupe just yet for that, but I know there's a few online brands that sell them, so I'll have a look, and that will just like organize it a little bit better. Anyway, this abomination of a drawer is my random stuff. It's more like my pantry accessories that don't really fit in the other pantry. Like, all the ingredients for the protein balls that I make are in here, the garlic powder, the tomato sauce, you name it. It just all really needed a clean. And in my heart of hearts, I'm going to organize this so beautifully with the iDesign set and have it gorgeously organized with the labels on top. But honey, do you see the price of iDesign from like Howard Storage? It's like $24 for one container. So not yet. It's not on the cards just yet. But I can't wait until I do. And it will happen, okay? Like, it is gorgeous, and I feel like it's a little less stressful of a situation for me when I know where everything goes. But I do need a tin can spot. That it's just getting a little out of control. Maybe in those white containers if I ever swap over to the iDesign. Ugh, future dreaming. Anyway, I listened back to that last clip and I'm like, my word, the banging is so loud in the background. So yeah, do please ignore that, okay? And I am sorry about the foot fetish. Let's just get all my apologies out now. Anyways, this last drawer, I just made my bulk items, which is something I've been meaning to do because the corner cupboard that it originally was in is just too difficult to get in, and it gets so messy so quickly. So this is one of the best decisions I've made in a while. So we've got our milks, our protein up and goes, and just dog food. So now that we've completed the final drawer, this is everything that I'm getting rid of, which is a lot, and I cannot wait to get it off my bench. I genuinely didn't think it was going to be this much, but anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.